Hey there, welcome back to gggaming. So we got a really fun one here in terms of a solo build for the 7-star Tera Raid boss, which is Skeledirge. So this was a recommendation from the live stream last night, so I'll put the person who recommended it up here so that everybody can see and give credit to them. But this build is absolutely awesome, so we'll go through it. It is Toucannon. You can totally solo this boss with minimal effort because most of what it is immune to its moves. So let's get into it and go through all of it and show you exactly how this is done. All right, so for your Toucannon, here's what you're going to do. It's a normal and flying type natively, which means it's immune to the Shadow Ball. It's immune to the Stomping Tantrum. And then based on its moveset, it also takes care of one of the other moves from Skeledirge, which is Torch Song. So we're going to see that in a second. But this is why this works so well, because of the dual typing of this Pokemon, which means we are going to run the Stellar Tera Type as our option so that we maintain that normal flying to take advantage of it. Then we're going to run the Metronome held item because we do need a little bit more punch in the damage to get through this fight in time. Now, for the moves, this is what you're going to want to run. We're going to run Throat Chop, Screech, Roost, and Scary Face. All right. If you do end up with some NPC team members that drop Scary Face, you may or may not have to use that. We actually do have one locked in our party, which is Corviknight. So we'll see if he uses it. If he doesn't use it, then we'll use it ourselves. So at that point, it can kind of be optional. But Throat Chop, make sure you put your power points into that, bump that up to 24. The rest of it is good to go. In terms of your EVs, you're going to run pretty much full attack and special defense if you're building it exclusively for this raid. And odds are you are. This allows you to tank a couple hits in the beginning and just be able to better survive this. But if you're using one generally from a raid, you might be able to, you might be okay with full HP and full attack. But that's pretty much it. The ability doesn't matter. He really doesn't have anything that affects this fight one way or another. So let's get into it and actually do this raid and show you what to do. All right, here we are. We are in. We've got our party. We're set. We're ready to go. We're going to take on this Skeledirge. So he's going to start turn 0 like always. He's going to use a couple moves here, which is Disarming Voice and Flame Charge. You just kind of hope that he doesn't hit you with Flame Charge, so you're not taking unnecessary damage. So we'll see what he does. Looks like no. He's going to hit Corviknight. Sweet. So right out of the gate, we're good to go. You're going to start with Throat Chop. Throat Chop is critical because Throat Chop stops the use of sound-based moves, which means he will not be able to use Torch Song. He's going to get to use one of them right here because he is faster than us, but that's okay. We can deal with one boost. And we took a lot of damage from that Torch Song, which is why we buffed our special defense with the EVs. But we'll take a look right here. So he's one buffed. Good to go there. He is -1 speed already because of the Scary Face from our Corviknight, so we're not going to mess with that. So I'm going to go straight into one Screech, followed by the Roost to go ahead and heal up, to make sure that we can take the damage from Hyper Voice, because he is going to use Hyper Voice here in a little bit. Go straight into Roost. You will get to use 2 attacks here in between that Torch Song. That's not always the case. There's a situation with the shield breaks, etc., where you do not get to use 2 attacks, so you gotta be careful. So he tries to use Shadow Ball. We're immune to it because we're a normal type. You'll see that a lot in this. So we're straight into another Throat Chop. And the key is we want to get at least 2 Screeches on this guy. Without 2 Screeches, it's extremely hard to get through the shield. You get 3, absolutely amazing. That's bonus territory. So go straight into another Screech. It's nice we did not have to use the Scary Face to waste that turn. That helps us. So if you get Corviknight, Hexorus, and a couple of the others that use Scary Face really are beneficial here. So I'm going to go straight into... Nope, there goes the shield. So we didn't get the opportunity. Most of that's because we're talking and we're not clicking fast enough. But we did get 2 Screeches, so we're good to go there. So right into Throat Chop. Once the shield goes up, Throat Chop is the only move you are using. And the idea is to keep the shield, or you want the shield up so that it ends a little bit above 50% of his HP. So right now we see it's right at the H, so it's very close. We did take a little bit more damage than I would have liked him to take. The reason you want that is because you want him to go down, or you do not want him to reset his stats, which happens at 50% HP, before the shield breaks. So right now we're very close, so we should be just fine. Once your Tera's up, go ahead and Terastalize and then continue Throat Chop. Throat Chop is the only move we are going to use till this shield breaks. We're not doing anything else. In fact, you have to kind of stay with that because the Metronome will continue to build Throat Chop, allowing you to do enough damage to get through this shield. it's a chip away. I mean, you're just going to do this a whole bunch. That's why we went ahead and put our power points to make sure we had 24 of this move. So you'll see it not doing a lot, but we'll get through it here. So we're just hitting the button at this point to get through it and save as much time as we can. So from here, I will be quiet, and we'll just sort of fast forward it, and then we'll pick it up when we break the shield. All right, there we go. So shield is broken. Perfect timing. He's going to reset his stats now. Now, see, here's a weird thing with the shield break. When the shield breaks, he's got Torch Song like almost coded and ready to go. So you don't get to use two. You will get a free move, but you're not going to be able to use two moves prior to being able to stop him from Torch Song. So double checking, Scary Face did go off. Corviknight Clutch came in perfect timing with that. So we're going to go straight into a Screech to go ahead and try to drop his defense one stage. We're going to have to reapply the Screeches here, otherwise we won't do enough damage to get through this fight. So that's our free move. From there, I'm going straight into Throat Chop. If Corviknight had not done Scary Face, I would have done Scary Face right there into the Throat Chop. Because you need to go first to be able to control this. Now that we're going first, we're safe to go ahead and use two moves in between each Throat Chop. But really the only thing we're doing is we're getting Screech back up to max, and then we're Throat Chopping it to the end, with potentially using Roost if the RNG does not go in your favor. He still has access to Hyper Voice, and he absolutely can hit you with Hyper Voice. And then also this coded Flame Charge that he decided to hit me with. Thank you for that. And he will occasionally double attack with Hyper Voice and knock you out, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I also want to point out his special attack is actually boosted. There's another little weird spot of this mechanic that the double attack set, if he double attacks and uses the Torch Song as number 2 in the double attack, it actually lets it go through. So if you watch his stats, you'll never see it because he's not going to use it on you, likely, but he may use it on the computer characters and actually buff his special attack in the background. So it's very rare, but I did see it a couple instances with this fight. He was up to +3 and +4. Even with me spamming Throat Chop, he was still getting it off in the background. I don't know if it's a glitch. I would say it's likely a glitch in the mechanic of the fight itself. But as we see, we're blocking it no problem. Now, the reason I did not do a third Screech is because when we look at his stats, he's already -5. So I think it's the horse back there does a move that potentially drops the defense. So that has knocked it down to 5, and 5's plenty. So from here, I'm just going to Throat Chop this thing to finish, because the metronome will continue to build it up. So don't need to be fully maxed, but I would say 4 to 5 to be comfortable, and make sure you get through it. Because the NPC characters here, once you do get to your Screeches on the defense down, do quite a bit of damage, as we see. So this has been a very flawless fight for the most part. No really bad RNG. We got really good time left. We'll complete this probably in the best time I think that I've completed it in, honestly. Usually it's a little bit closer on time, but this has gone very, very well. For a change, with a YouTube video, it has gone very well. So here we go. Toucannon for the win because of his amazing typing and no super effective damage. But there you have it. So drop a like just because. Hit the sub button if you've not. Let me know what you think. Let me know what other builds you're using on this guy, because I would love to try them. And hey, see you in the next one.